Welcome everybody to the 61st Friday morning warm-up, and it's good to see everybody. And we're going to be doing the usual things today on our instruments, including blowing some long tones and doing some clapping at the beginning. And the other thing we normally do, oh yeah, the chromatic scale, that's right. And the exercise sheet, and a bit of strumming at the end when you can noodle along, playing whatever you like. So, okay, let's just get started. We're going to start warming up with the little clapping rhythm. So I'm just going to put that on the screen in front of you. And today's clapping rhythm is a relatively straightforward one. And it might be one that you can reintroduce your feet to, because I think some of the more complicated ones, you've probably abandoned the idea of tapping your feet along. And but this one is just a 2-bar repeated pattern. So your feet will go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right as shown. And the first bar you'll clap on the beat, so at the same time as your feet are stomping. And on the second bar, you'll simply clap on the offbeat, in other words, in the gaps between the left and rights. So it'll be on the, if you're counting, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2. So if you're counting 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, on the second bar, you'll be clapping on the and beat. And we're not going to do it at ferocious speed. So let's get going. Let's get the metronome tapping away. We'll just do this for about a minute. Okay, if you'd like to get your feet going up to that, 2, 3, 4, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. We're in the army now. Okay, and then after 4, we'll start the clapping rhythm. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. There we go. And that's got the old blood moving a little bit. Think through the arms and hands. Let's do the same for the rest of the body and your instrument. So if you'd like to grab your instrument, and first of all, just for about a minute, we're going to be just making some noises, some long tones and some twiddling over concert C, so D for the tenors and A for the altos, D for the trumpets as well. Okay, just for a minute, I'm just going to pluck the note concert C. You can also use it to tune up. One, 2, 3, 4, and there's the minute. That minute seemed a lot longer than the minute we did for the clapping, but there you go, it's all relative. Okay, good. So that's got a little bit more going into our instruments. Let's do the chromatic scale now. And so the little exercise today will be playing the concert C, D or A for the others, concert C, followed by C sharp, upper semitone, followed by D, and then that short phrase will be repeated starting on C sharp. And so on. So let's just get the metronome going, and then we'll do that for an octave. 1, a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one. Last one. Sort of the last one. It ended up on a D, but there you go. Let's do that again. So starting on concert C, and up a couple more semitones, then repeat on the next semitone. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one. Last one. That's it. Let's do one more. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. There we go. Okay, you know what we're going to do next? We're going to play the whole chromatic scale all the way from concert C up an octave and down again, and then just play it a little bit faster. So already a little bit faster than we just did. So here we go, from C all the way up to octave C and back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's move that up a bit. So we're going to go up in big leaps. Here we go, a bit faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're not going to do too many of these, but we're going to just do bigger leaps between the speeds. So here we go, 160 now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do two more, so 190, almost as fast as we did last week. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And don't be dispirited if this one's too fast, especially if you're playing a tuba. Imagine that's not easy to play quickly. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, good. Hope that was all right for most of you, if not all of you. Okay, let's move on now to the exercise sheet. So if you'd like to get that on the screen in front of you or on a bit of paper, and or open your 61 sheet folder, which has got everything from exercise number 1 way back in goodness knows when, last March. Oh no, not last March, March last year. And okay, we've got the C major blues scale today. It's the first time we've ever done this scale. We've done the C minor blues scale, which is more commonly known as the blues scale. So if you hear somebody say over a song, play the blues scale, they nearly always, I think they always mean play the minor blues scale, which we have done on a few occasions. And that's got, of course, a minor third in it, a fourth, and a sharp 4, and a fifth, and a seventh, flattened seventh. However, today we're looking at the major blues scale. Now, it's not normally used over bluesy sort of songs. It can be, but it can actually be just used over normal major sort of songs. It doesn't necessarily have to be a blues song. But, of course, it can be played over that as well. So this has got a, obviously the root note. It's got a second, it's got a flattened third, and then a major third. So it's got the minor third and the major third in it, and that will give it a certain bluesy sort of effect. And then it's got the fifth and the sixth in it as well. So that's the scale. I've got a little version of it on the screen in front of you there, in a certain rhythmic sort of pattern. And it's an interesting one, really. You can use it over, if you do play jazz music and you've always got this conundrum of what do I play over what this song and so on. The C major blues scale does work very nicely over things like Fly Me to the Moon, for example. You wouldn't think so, would you? But you play this scale and use it in your soloing over a standard like Fly Me to the Moon in the same key. So if Fly Me to the Moon's in C major, play the C major blues scale. And it does sound surprisingly okay. Depending on your note choices, I always say that. But and one last thing, just for those of you that, well, actually, in two ways of remembering it, that's what I need to explain. One is if you know the major pentatonic scale, it's the same as that, but with the minor third tucked in between the second and the major third. So it's the same as the major pentatonic scale with the minor third added. That's one way of looking at it. And it's also the same notes we're talking about here now as the A minor blues scale. So if you go to the relative minor key of the one we're looking at, so that would be A in the case of C, and if you happen to know your A minor blues scale, they're the same notes as this C major blues scale. Anyway, this isn't a lesson on blues scales, we're just warming up. So that's our scale in front of us. We're going to play that first bar. Now that I've stopped, I haven't stopped talking, have I? I need to. Let's get the metronome back down from 220 down to 80. And we're going to play that first bar as written. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, sorry, my mistake. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do the second bar coming down now. So after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And just like the minor blues scale, it's got that little 3-note chromatic bit in there, which gives kind of a clue that it's a blues scale. That's the only scale that I know of that's got, apart from one particular Middle Eastern scale, that's got this chromatic little run. So let's play the first 2 bars as written, left to right, Just once. First 2 bars. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. One more time. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that's just a particular rhythmic phrase I thought I'd use for demonstrating that particular scale. But of course, you can put any sort of rhythm to it when you're doing your warm-ups and practicing. Okay, bars 3 and 4 now. This is not necessarily related to the scale. I mean, it is connected to it. It's just the arpeggio of a major 6th chord. And the reason I chose that is because it's also major, like the C major blues scale. And it's also got the 6th in it, because the major blues scale hasn't got the 7th. It's got the 6th as its penultimate note. So I thought we'd look at the, we'd just warm up over the major 6th chord. So we're going to do bars 3 and 4. And as always, just stick the tonic root note on the end, which I haven't shown. But okay, we're just going to play bars 3 and 4. And the fingering for guitarists is different, but no reason whatsoever. Play it where you like. So here we go. After 4, bars 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, little root note on the end there. And a way of recognising this, you've probably heard this sound before in a lot of the old rock and roll records. So when you hear that, you know you're hearing the major 6th arpeggio. Right, let's do that again. Bars 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, and just so you're clear, that's the root, the 3rd, the 5th, the 6th, the octave root, back down the 6th, 5th, 3rd root. Yeah, have a go at singing that as well. Okay, let's move on to the second line. We're just going to do that, the major blues scale in ascending, not in ascending intervals actually, no, it's just going up the scale in 4-note cells. So I don't think I changed the wording from last time. Anyway, we'll just play second line, bars right across, all 4 bars. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just gradually working its way up the scale until it reaches the top. Let's do that again after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and let's move on to the next line. This, of course, is a 6-note scale. Most of our major scales, well, all our major scales and so on, the modes, are 7-note scales, so they're heptatonic scales. This is a 6-note scale, so it's a hexatonic scale, hexatonic, as opposed to the well-known pentatonic scales. So, okay, we're on the third line now, and we're just going to play all 4 bars after 4. So this is the same thing, but just going in reverse, descending, that's the word. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. again after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okie dokie, the major blues scale. Okay, on to the more rhythmic side of things now. So we're just playing. I've just taken those 3 notes, the second, the minor third, and the major third, from the scale, the chromatic trio, and we're playing them in descending order. So in concert, that will be E, E flat, and D. And I did ask, as always, for songs which start on a chromatic descending run, and I naturally had quite a few responses. And as I've said, as there's 1 or 2 new people here today, it's in order to help you recognise it when you hear it. Because if you say, "Oh, it sounds a little bit like a certain song," then you know you're listening to, in this case, a descending chromatic run. So Terry pointed out that it's similar to Batman. It certainly is. Yeah, the beginning of Batman is a descending pattern, chromatic pattern. Julie said Flight of the Bumblebee. Yep. And Chris pointed out there's a whole octave of chromatic descending notes in Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen in the middle section. I think you all know the bit where I go da 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 da, that bit. And also the start of the ostinato bass line in Dido's Lament. Well, I don't know that one, but you may. And my suggestion was the habanera from Bizet's Carmen. The bit that goes... that bit. Another chromatic descending run. Not quite a whole octave, but anyway, these are all songs which include or start with descending chromatic pattern. Right, let's play that first bar. It's fairly straightforward, so we'll just loop it straight away. So we're just going to play we're on the second line from the bottom, and we're just going to play that first bar looped. Right, after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. There we go. Oops. I was trying to use my mouse and play guitar at the same time. I almost managed it. I had to use my plucking hand to navigate the mouse to have a look at that message. Okay, Joe. Bye then. Okay, moving on to the second bar, and let's just play that once first of all, just to get the right feel for that. 1. Oops. Come on, metronome. Get going. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's loop it. Bar 2. Last time. Okay, on to the third bar, and well, actually it's bars 3 and 4, so the next 2 bars is a 2-bar pattern. So let's just play that once first of all. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play that again after 4. 1, Okay, let's loop it this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Dun, da, dun, da, da, dum, dee, 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 dee. Oops. Yep, that's good. I wasn't putting a rest in there, was I? I was playing a crotchet instead. Never mind. Okay, on to the last line now. First bar. This is a Humpty Dumpty rhythm. So, okay, we'll just play that first bar once. After 4. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And again, after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Loop it. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Actually, I just remembered a connection between Humpty Dumpty and Dukes. We're playing at Colchester Arts Centre, and allegedly Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall at Colchester Arts Centre. Now, I've heard that story before. How true it is, I've no idea. And I don't think Humpty Dumpty ever actually existed. But there's something behind that story if you want to look it up. Right, on to the second bar of the last line. And let's just play that once, first of all. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's loop it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Okay, moving on to the penultimate bar, the triplet crotchets. Should we clap that first? So if that's the beat, after 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's put that to a rhythm, to the instrument rather. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now loop it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Okay, and we're on to the last bar now, and we're into Semiquaverland. So, so if the beat is going to 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a will be the kind of the speed of those semiquavers. And the rhythm of this will be, let's have a look, we've got 4 semiquavers, then a quaver rest, then 4 more semiquavers and a crotchet. 3, 4. Oh no, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was right. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. That sounds better. And again. I keep putting another semiquaver on the end. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now I've sorted myself out. Let's play that. Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's loop it. 2, 3, 4. Last time. Phew, yes, okay, good. I think we're getting warm now. Let's move on now to the final part of the session this morning, and it's the little strum along session. So there are the chords for the 3 different keyed instruments. I'm going to strum those chords at the top. If you're on guitars, ukuleles and pianos, that's what you'll be playing if you want to play the chords in the key of C. And everyone else, the hornucopia of saxophones, for example, will be playing your appropriate arpeggios or scale tones over the keys below that. And our violins as well, of course, on the top key. And the brass instruments, B flats or E flats. Right. And of course, as I've always said, you can play arpeggios or chord tones or strum or solo, and you can try out the major blues scale that we've been playing earlier as well if you want to see what that sounds like over these chords. You do have to pick out your notes occasionally. Don't hit that minor third too often. Use it in a chromatic sort of way, in a chromatic run kind of a way. So okay, I'm just going to strum that for about a minute or so if you'd like to join in after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. There we go, I changed the key to A minor right at the end. Okay, good. That's it for today. Don't forget, I'm not here next week.